Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your twin flame reading. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your twin flame reading for those twins who are currently in separation. The first pile will be your pile, the second pile will be your person's pile, and the third and fourth piles are the unified energy or how things are going to come together. Now, this reading is also good for the next 6, maybe even 8 weeks in terms of its energy, and I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, and they're showing me a stork. Okay, now I know that there is a stork in this particular deck. However, when I'm being shown the stork, it means that there are going to be some sudden improvements in a relationship after a long period of time. So you may have been waiting for your twin for quite some time. Also, before I move on, I want you to be aware of what a twin flame connection is, because if anyone is mentally, physically, or emotionally abusive, that is not a twin flame connection. That's more likely to be a false flame connection, and it will waste your beautiful time and drain you of your beautiful love. A twin flame connection, it is magnetic, it's intense, and basically you're drawn towards each other almost like an obsessive energy at first, where you feel like you've met a part of yourself that you've been searching for a long time. Now, a twin flame, it's an activated relationship, so it's more about accepting your spiritual calling, your spiritual path, your evolution, the awakening, rather than, your twin at first. It's a very difficult journey to take. Not everybody takes the journey of the twin flame connection in each lifetime, because it is a painful relationship, because it often involves, and it's not always the case, but the common sort of dynamic in a twin flame connection is there is a chaser, a runner, and a separation period. And basically, it's a sacred union as a result of shared difficulty and pain. So when you meet your twin, you tended to have gone through some sort of heartbreak, difficulty, or trauma or disappointment before you even meet your twin. And the twin flame dynamic is to amplify the experiences that you've had from the past so that you can heal them and you can't ignore them. So, your twin actually reflects back to you your greatest strengths and your greatest fears and weaknesses. So if you had a relationship in the past that damaged your heart, broke your heart, when you meet your twin, it amplifies levels of insecurity, trust issues, maybe even codependency. So it basically triggers those things within you so that you must resolve them and heal them. So, in a sense, when you meet your twin, you're looking in a mirror of all the things within yourself that needs to be healed. So when the chaser actually looks in that mirror and sees all the things within themselves that need to be healed, they actually surrender to the union, and they are willing to, really delve deep into that level of intimacy with their twin. However, the runner tends to look at all the stuff and feels a lot of fear. It feels very overwhelming to basically move through a difficult period of healing. They've been running away from things their whole life before they met you, and then suddenly you show them the twin flame mirror, and they are seeing aspects of self that they tried to run away from. Sometimes twins can feel like they're not enough. That they find it very difficult to have confidence within themselves. Now, I'm being shown a stork. That tends to mean, as I said, sudden improvements, but it can also indicate new beginnings that you're going to hear from your person. But looking at the energy so far, I feel like things could take a turn for the better in this connection. However, you're feeling really uncertain. I will get into your energy in a moment once I've got all the cards for you there. But as I was saying, twins, especially when you're going deeper in a relationship, it requires you to come out of a comfort zone. And humans are very complex creatures. They have typical ways of operating in friendships, in family groups, in work, in love, and twin flame is different. It's very exposing. You can't get away with your usual way of operating in love, so it really stops you in your tracks. And sometimes twin flames, the most important lesson to take is that it is a spiritual awakening journey. It's a catalytic relationship to change your spiritual evolution. There is a pause, a separation period. It's on purpose, and it's there to encourage you to not only fulfill your own needs, build healthier boundaries, and really pay a lot of attention to your emotional well-being and self-care, but also to connect to your true life's mission and calling. If you basically were with your twin the whole time, both of you would devour each other up because it's so magnetic. So there has to be a separation period in order to do the spiritual work and focus on your true life's mission and calling. You don't have to take the twin flame journey if you do not wish to. You can cut a cord, but also you can choose a soulmate connection. We also experience karmic situations as well. But the twin flame dynamic, I like to explain it like magnets. Both of you meet in identical frequencies because you are, of course, part of the same energy. And two magnets that are drawn to each other, but they're in the same frequency, they also repel each other. There is a space in between. And it's not a game, it's an energetic exchange. And basically, the chaser has to put all that care, love, devotion into their own spiritual path and into themselves, and to focus on their true north. And when you do that, it is a change in the frequencies. And then your twin is encouraged to step up as well because they can feel you. There's an energetic exchange there. And basically, you flip the polarities, okay? When I met my twin, I had been through a very damaging, heartbreaking experience, and I was not looking for love. And I was actually running away from my feelings from a very traumatic experience, and I was numbing my pain. And I didn't feel at the time that I was numbing my pain because I was actually less mature spiritually. So I just thought, you know what? I'm getting on with life. I am trying to let my hair down and have fun and ignore pretty much what I'd gone through. Not on purpose, but I just felt I didn't want to dwell in it, right? I just want to get on with life and not sit with those feelings. But the universe then sent in my twin, which amplified those feelings because the previous relationship had made me feel completely broken. I had self-loathing, I had trust issues, insecurity, and then of course my twin came in and offered unconditional love, and I was like, don't trust that. No, 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 don't come near this heart. I've had enough of love, thanks very much. So I kept my twin at arm's length, not intentionally, but I was scared. I was afraid that this person would really just finish me off because the last experience was so traumatic that I thought I could never love again. And I certainly didn't love myself. So when a person does not love themselves, they cannot offer love to somebody else. Okay, so we're going to dive deep into your particular twin flame connection just to see what's going on there. I'm not here to take sides. I'm not here to blame anyone. I'm here to understand the energy so I can understand the outcome. So let's get straight to it. Your first card there is the clouds. You're hesitant to get back into this. You know that this person is your twin. I mean, you've got the Lover's card here. So this indicates that there's a lot of love here, a lot of passion, a lot of compassion as well. You have a beautiful heart, my beautiful Cancerians, but with the clouds energy, I feel like, you're feeling really uncertain with this connection. You don't know where you stand, and you're feeling a little bit lost, maybe even in limbo, because this relationship's been so changeable. If you think about the nature of a cloud, it represents as one thing and then suddenly it changes form into something else. You can see pictures in the clouds, and sometimes we build a picture of what we thought a relationship would transpire to, or the direction it would take, and then suddenly it all disappears or it vaporizes in some way. So I feel right now you are really feeling a little bit like hesitant to get back involved with this. I feel you can't really see the future with this person. I feel like it hurts, okay? The cloud is doubt, it is confusion, things have been left really unclear, and there's a lot of negativity here. I also want you to be aware, it's number 6, which is of course the number of the Lovers card, which you've got here as well. So I really feel like you're trying to find balance in your world, but also I feel like you're not making yourself available to this person anymore. I feel like you did a lot of overgiving in this connection, trying to hold it all together, trying to reach out and ask why, or almost like put your own needs aside in order to make sure that your twin was fulfilled in some way. And I feel like that's one of the lessons that you've been meant to learn in this particular connection. But this card, it indicates right now you're making yourself feel a little bit scarce. It's almost like you're withdrawing from this connection because this is how you're feeling about the connection, but also it's your actions. So I feel right now you're uncertain about how you want to approach this. I feel like things are a little bit up in the air, literally, but also I get the sense that, you're very changeable. You may feel that one minute you really want to give this person another chance, that you want to resolve this connection. You love this person. They are your twin. You know that they are your twin. It's really interesting because your person also knows that you are their twin. They've got the ship there. There's 2 gondolas which represent, romantic journeys, taking a trip with your destined divine counterpart. So I feel both of you know that you've met a very significant person in each other. And with this card, this is the card of choice. And right now, you don't know which way to choose. I feel like you've waited a long time and the relationship has formed into nothing. There's like stalemate here and you're left with disappointment. And right now, as I said, you can't see the future, how you can be together. So I feel like you're looking at your options at this time. The clouds is like illusion as well. So some of you may even be wondering, did this person ever love you? Is there such a thing as twin flame connections? Well, the answer is yes. There's a lot of info about it online. I gave you a little bite-sized kind of indication of what it's meant to be like. And if anyone is, as I said, mentally, physically, or emotionally abusive, that is not a twin flame connection. But it is a very difficult dynamic because 2 people tend to meet each other when they need healing. So that's the twin flame connection, to help each other rise and heal. But the way that you do it is like, amplifying the stuff so that you can no longer avoid the stuff. And some people, they avoid their feelings through numbing, substance abuse, alcohol, partying. Some launch themselves into work, investing in money, stability. Others, they have responsibility in the family home, so they give themselves over to that and sacrifice their own feelings of love and care and devotion for a relationship because they need to put other people's needs before them. So there's codependency there. And of course, if there's trust issues, then they build a huge wall around their heart. I feel this person that you're dealing with, and this is your twin flame, I feel like they've almost got like a massive compound around their heart, and it's like more than a brick wall. This person that you're dealing with, super cautious. This person, I feel they have been betrayed in the past, actually. They've got the 7 of Swords there, and I need to look into their energy a little bit more because I feel like they're really hesitant to have a new beginning with you as well. So I feel like they're a very hurt person, and I'm not here to give anyone an excuse. I really actually hate that sentence, hurt people, because we do have a choice, and sometimes, and it's only sometimes, we can get lost in our own pain and our own narrative, and we're so involved with that narrative that sometimes we just forget about other people's emotions or feelings when we choose a certain path. And I feel this person has to some degree. However, they're also an adult and they have the power of the mind. They're aware of their choices, and choices have repercussions, So I feel this person, they need to take accountability for their actions, but they've got a lot of cards of fear. Okay, their overarching energy is they want a loving relationship. They want a secure relationship. They want to settle down. But I feel this person, there's a lot of sadness here, and they haven't even begun to unpick the sadness, whoever this person is. I'd like to say this person is actually close to resolving an issue, but actually they've got a huge mountain to climb right now. There is an obstacle. There is going to be a project here. It can be resolved, but both of you are feeling a bit of a stalemate energy. You've got a Two of Swords and a cloud energy. If you look up the meaning of the cloud in the Lenormand deck, it means that you're really feeling a little bit blindsided. You're feeling a little bit lost. There's a major setback here, and you're hesitant to get back involved in this. And some of you, you've really been tested in love, and it's almost like you're starting to question love. Does it exist? Does it last? Is it changeable? Can you trust it? And you have such a beautiful heart. I'm actually seeing, and this may be for both of you because they're showing me a mirror as well. When I'm shown a mirror, it tends to mean both sides are feeling very similar. They're showing me, it's almost like a pendant. Okay, I'm seeing a gold circle, and in the center of the circle, there is an anchor. Okay, it almost looks like a peace symbol, something like, is it there? There is a peace symbol in here somewhere, but it's quite loud to go through this, so I don't really want to hurt your ears. It's in there somewhere, but, like a typical peace symbol. That's what I'm seeing in the water. It's gold. It's a round circle, and it's an anchor in the center, but it could be mistaken for a peace symbol. I mean, that could symbolically mean that you're trying to center your emotions at this time. You're trying to find emotional peace and stability, and that you are trying to find a cycle of grounding in your life. It could also feel that you've been feeling so unclear that you want to find a place where it's stable to anchor your feelings and your heart. You want to find a long-term stable relationship, and you may feel that this relationship did not offer you that level of security that you're hoping for. You definitely love this person and you're looking for love. And some of you beautiful Cancerians, I feel this energy that you're going to have a choice when it comes to love, but we'll get there in a moment. Now, that pendant or that symbol, it may be a sign that you're going to see in the next coming weeks or months. It's an indication that you may hear from your person, but looking at the chart, looking at the energy as well, I feel like there could be a very difficult conversation if one comes through, but at the moment, I feel like stalemate is stalemate. It looks like there's not much action in the next coming months. I feel like you in particular, my beautiful Cancerians, are pouring a lot of that care and devotion inwards, that you're focusing on your own path. But when I get to your person's energy, then I'll be able to make a clearer decision as to whether this person's going to reach out, if you're going to hear from this person. But look out for that symbol. It could be something that's relevant to you right now. It could be something that your person gave you. Maybe they've got a tattoo. It's golden. It looks like metal. It looks like gold, basically. But it could be something you find or see or are gifted, or maybe it's something you just purchased for somebody. But I feel this is like an indication that value your emotions, trust your intuition, and recognize that you are a gift. The anchor can also indicate that there is some level of distance between you and your person, and it could be emotional distance and emotional maturity at this time, that this person has a lot of unresolved issues that they're not willing to work through at this time, and you were willing to go the distance in this relationship. The Lover's card indicates a passionate, loving, divine union, an agreement between two people, and I feel like you were willing to surrender to this connection, and actually I feel like you sacrificed a lot. You gave your heart, unconditional love to this connection. Now, some of you may have thought about nesting with this person, or maybe you got married to this person or engaged, or there's definitely a high level of connection to you and this person, but you saw a future with this person. And the Lover's card, it used to be called the Choice card. So I feel like there's a deep love from you, but right now you're feeling really uncertain. And with the Queen of Wands, you actually have a lot of attention. You tend to turn heads, and you are highly magnetic. So I definitely see that you are capable of attracting a new suitor if you want one. But right now, I feel like you're looking at your options, because this is a card of choice, and you're feeling so uncertain about the direction of this particular twin flame connection. You're unsure as to whether it's moving ahead, and you can't wait. I feel like you've waited a long time. There's this level of feeling so uncertain. I feel like you're removing yourself from this situation. You're making yourself scarce, basically. And remember the magnets, okay? If the chaser keeps reaching out or thinking about their person, they perpetuate the cycle. The space in between will always remain the same. It's an energetic exchange. Your person can feel you and you can feel them. Part of you may be like you haven't heard from them in a while, but still you feel there's unfinished business there. Deep down, you know that you're going to hear from this person again, or that, you know, your paths will cross again. Remember, what is meant for you will never pass you by. So it's really important. Never wait for anybody. Never wait for your twin. Always focus on your own path, because that is when you're the catalyst for change. You know, when you're busy doing life, investing in yourself and your plans and your future, that is when you change the frequency of your magnet. And that, of course, will draw your twin towards you. And it encourages them to do the spiritual work, heal some stuff that they've been running away from, change their frequency, and then you come together in a match with your twin. Again, it's not a game, it's an energetic exchange. But with that Queen of Wands energy, I feel some of you are thinking about, you know, getting out there, having fun, being in the flow of letting your hair down and peacocking yourself, because you are attractive and you do get a lot of attention. Even if you don't see it sometimes, you actually get a lot of attention. And I feel there's an energy coming through, and this is going to happen in the next 6 or 7 weeks. One of your friends is actually going to tell you that they know someone who's really interested in you. It's not your twin, it's someone different. Okay, so you will have a choice, but your friend has somebody, not that they want to set you up with, but somebody who is interested in you. And you're going to hear about this if you haven't heard about this already, okay? So you will have a choice, but ultimately, your heart shines for one person at the moment. But, you know, it's really interesting because that Queen of Wands, there's normally a sunflower in the Queen of Wands card, and it really indicates that, you know, you're going to follow your true heart and you just want to be happy. You know, and the sunflower actually follows the sun throughout the day. So I feel right now you're going where you feel truly happy. And right now you feel unfulfilled and you're not happy in this particular connection. Okay. Again, I feel like you don't want to move on, but at the same time, you've been given no choice in this particular occasion. Now your person, we've got the ship. So their overarching energy, and remember, this is how they feel about you. So this is how you feel about them. Also, you may feel that they also get a lot of attention and could potentially be with somebody else at this time. But looking at their energy, I don't see them with anybody else. I see them in a very solitary energy. They're in the nines. Nine of Swords is a card of, you know, an inner critic. Someone who is on a spiritual journey, but they're feeling fearful at this time. Three of Swords there, I see that this person has gone through a level of heartbreak that has not been resolved. And this person has been afraid to actually really look at it. Their card there of the ship, this is how they feel about you. They have a lot of love for you. And actually, in a lot of the twin flame connection readings right now, the twin is actually, the twin who is the runner, shall I say, is actually showing up with the ship. And that's in the majority of the readings right now, since we just had the eclipse, which changed everything in terms of energy. It sets twin flames off thinking about the future. And this person is thinking about love, about romance, and the journey, the course that they're on. And this card indicates that this person, I feel like they want to move forward with you. There's a lot of love there. There's two gondolas there. Gondolas, you know, they represent romantic journeys, and those two ships are aligning. So you may feel that when you met this person, you were ships passing in the night, misaligned in some way. But actually, I feel that this person wants to realign themselves with you. Okay, now, they're going through some personal stuff, and we cannot judge another person as to what they're going through. Okay, everybody has a difficult journey. To some degree, it cannot be measured by another person, but what must happen is an honest, open conversation, because this person, you may have felt that this person withdrew and just didn't tell you why or what went on, and that's not okay. Okay, that's not okay at all. So I definitely get a sense here this person has some regret for stepping out of the union or withdrawing from the union, but they're keeping their cards really close to their chest at this time. There's something this person is holding back on. So now I feel like I'm going to pull a card on it, actually. I'll give you the energy that I feel before I get the cards. But I'm feeling some of you beautiful Cancerians, not the majority. I feel it's more like 37%. So it's quite high, but I feel like 37% of my beautiful Cancerians out there met their twin when they had just come out of a relationship. And it was really muddy. It wasn't quite over. It was over, but it wasn't. There was a lot of feelings, a lot of unresolved issues. And then they met you. They met their twin. And it was very confusing because they had a lot of feelings, a lot of love for you. But at the same time, they'd been attached to a very toxic past connection. Okay, so I've got that coming through there as well. And whoever sort of dated or was in a relationship with your twin flame before you met them, this person really damaged their heart, really broke their heart, cheated on them is what I'm being given. And this person has trust issues because of that, okay? And they have unresolved trust issues. So it's almost like they're carrying that baggage with them into the relationship. Now, for the rest of you beautiful Cancerians, I really get a sense here that this person, it's like they were on a certain course. They had plans, okay? And then suddenly they met their twin and everything changed. And it's almost like they thought about rethinking their plans, because I feel part of their plans was to travel or relocate. They were going to do something, but it's like things are a little bit up in the air, okay? So let me just... Page of Cups. Can you show me a little bit more? Page of Cups, the Empress, and yeah. So basically, this is the first energy that I felt there. So I feel like basically they were with somebody and it had ended. The Ten of Swords is like very painful ending. And I feel that actually their person chose someone who was a lot younger than them, but then you came along as well. And at first, this person thought, you know what, if they're moving on, I'm moving on. But then they caught feelings, real deep feelings for you. And it almost got a little bit muddied with their pain as well. And because you are, someone who's very compassionate, has a lot of empathy, it's like at first they thought you were someone who was a really like a romantic kind of friend type energy, where they thought, wow, this person, Cancerians, they really like understand me. They really get me. But at the same time, they had a lot of pain that they hadn't resolved from something that was very damaging to this person. So I feel this person is not over that level of hurt. Okay. Also, I'm getting an energy here that there may be a little bit of an age gap here, but age is but a number. It doesn't really matter. This person's not really thinking about this, but it's just popped up there. So some of you may feel, is it because of our ages? But actually, no, it's not. I feel something really damaging to this person ended just as you met. Okay. And I feel they want love, and they wanted love when they met you, but there was a lot of pain. And they thought if they just like moved into like a new relationship, it's almost like they tried to get back at their past person by moving into something new. But actually, they moved into a twin flame connection, which made them realize that actually this was something special, something more intense and magnetic than they'd ever experienced before. And I feel this person got really overwhelmed. They felt they had to take a step back to really do the work, to be on their own, to be independent, because they didn't want to bring you into the mess. Now, they may have told you this or not, but I feel this person, they played their cards really close to their chest at first, but then they started to feel it wasn't fair. And they wanted to, it's almost like they wanted to go off and find themselves. That's the energy that I've got here. I'm also going to pull some extra cards just to see a little bit more, because there was another energy coming through. The Hermit, yeah, they wanted to find themselves. Spiritual journey, they withdrew in order to do some deep thinking. Okay, they are on their own. And some of you may be dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo. Also some Aries here as well. Okay, Leo energy coming through too. So I just want you to be aware that with that Hermit energy, this person, I feel like they are like doing some deep thinking. I feel like they've gone inwards for truth. I feel they're really reflective at this time. And it's almost like they took a step back to know more about themselves. I also get, and again, this is not going to resonate with everyone, but it's coming up, so I have to mention it. I'm being shown pepper. I know it's really random. Like a condiment pepper, okay? And I'm seeing someone like sprinkling pepper and then sneezing because of it. So either your person was literally allergic to pepper, or you've just poured some pepper and you sneezed. If that's you, sending you a little bit of Gesundheit. But also, I mean, pepper, it's symbolic of emotional strength, or it encourages emotional strength during challenging times, and it clears energy blocks. Okay, a lot of pressure. It's like a release of pressure. So it's also connected to depression. So this person, I feel like they were going through some really difficult cerebral conversations where they were like bordering on almost like clinical depression. So you may know this about your person or not. I'm not medically trained to talk about this, so I'm going to step away from this energy with respect. But I feel this person, they stepped away because they felt themselves slipping into a spiral of deep, deep sadness, okay? And they didn't want to sort of drag you down with them on this. And I also feel like, and I'm not here to like give anyone an excuse or make you feel sorry for anybody, because choices are choices and there are repercussions from people's actions, and we all need to take accountability and be mature for our actions and say, okay, this is what I'm going through. This is how I'm feeling. But humans, we're very complex. We don't do that. Suddenly we start to, put the brakes on or feel overwhelmed. We don't really know how we feel, and we're trying to resolve it within ourselves. But how can we, tell another person how we feel if we don't even know how we feel ourselves? So I feel this person, they were feeling really lost when they first met you. And I feel because of the ship there, I do see that romantically they see a future, because this is their overarching energy, but there's still a lot going on within them. I mean, the Hermit card, as you can see, the figure has the lantern and the star represents healing, but it's in the lantern, which means this person's looking at it right now. They haven't released the star. They haven't really decided it's time to heal or open themselves up to the path of healing. So I feel this person, they're just like exhausted, fed up, but also so are you, my beautiful Cancerians. And I feel there's this energy where you are sort of taking some time out because they've done the same thing, and there's this complete stalemate. So neither of you know where you kind of stand in this connection right now, even though you made your heart known. Okay, so some of you beautiful Cancerians, not all of you, but some of you may have met someone new. And if you haven't, I really feel like there is the potential to meet someone new very, very soon. I do see that you are like feeling a bit hesitant about this connection. I mean, you're also feeling hesitant about meeting someone new, but your heart is going to draw you to the right path at the right moment. Now, can you and this person resolve what's going on at the moment? I see the answer is yes. You have a king and a queen of wands here, and you also have the Lover's card. And if this is how you're feeling about your person, this indicates that this person, your divine counterpart, is going to join you at some point, and you can be together. However, there is a big old mountain to climb in this connection. It's not going to be resolved overnight. And I always say, do not wait for your twin, because each person has a spiritual path and a different timeline, and your timeline is not going to be the same as theirs. And some twins, they take months to resolve and move towards their divine counterpart. Some take years, so it depends. Some of my friends, one in particular, they separated from their twin for a whole year. And then, eventually, about a year and a half, they really came back together. But it took them a long time to really work out what was going on within them. Both of them knew that they loved each other, but at the same time, there was just a lot of mud of life that needed to be sorted through before they came back together in union. And of course, now they're happily married. And, don't get me wrong, relationships are all about ups and downs, but there is love and they are together and there is unity. But it took the separation period to work through the stuff so that they could, open themselves up to that level of intimacy to really commit to a lifetime together. Now, your person also has the High Priestess. As you can see, their overarching energy is what they're hoping for. And there's 2 ships there, and we've got the High Priestess, and there's 1 ship. Okay, so I feel this person, they're feeling very bereft in their emotions. I mean, the High Priestess is a card of caution. It's a feeling of uncertainty. And you are an empath, my beautiful Cancerians. So you're feeling uncertain and empty and bereft, because so is your person. You're picking up their vibes. And it's really important to detach a little bit, especially since you're a water element. I'm a Scorpio, and we tend to dive deep in relationships, and we really almost sometimes form very deep attachments that can sometimes be a little bit unhealthy. Don't shoot the messenger when I say this. I'm saying this about myself as well as a Scorpio. Sometimes we give so much of ourselves that sometimes we lose a part of ourselves in a relationship. And that's one of the lessons to learn, to not lose yourself in another person. So that's why a separation period happens, in order to make you feel comfortable living life on your own terms, being independent. And I see that you're all of these things. But with this High Priestess energy here, I feel this person is, embracing a spiritual path, but they are hesitant to launch the journey of life and love, because I feel this person, they may have been in a relationship in the past. I feel like this person's been cheated on. I feel this person's been betrayed in a really, really nasty way, actually. It's one of those energies that's coming through, that this person, and they may have told you or they may not have, this person, they were connected to someone in the past and they cheated on them with someone that they knew. Okay, so there's a real messy, dramatic, kind of muddy situation with this person. And they're very hesitant to get back in touch with love. So I feel right now they're in a period of getting to know themselves. I mean, this card is the card of being in between worlds, being deeply connected to you, my beautiful Cancerians. They feel that there's a lot of love. They're trying to listen to their feelings and their intuition, but at the same time, they're feeling cautious. They're looking at the logical side of their experiences. And, this card is actually governed by the moon, which means they are overwhelmed by their feelings, and their feelings are fluctuating at this time as well. But they're taking a period to know thyself. And as you can see, those dramatic curtains, the red curtains, represent the theater of the psyche, and how fear can actually play a lot of tricks in our mind. And I say that because they also have the Seven of Swords. So my beautiful Cancerians, there's this energy of mistrust. So for some of you beautiful Cancerians, you could have met your twin when you had a partner, or because I feel like there's some sort of crossover here, and this is not going to resonate with all of you. It could also indicate that some of you have just met someone new, or you're talking to someone new and your twin feels it or knows it. It's triggering their insecurities and trust issues, but you can't wait for this person to step up. So I feel there is a stalemate in this particular connection. Now, the Seven of Swords, this is basically a card that can indicate a level of hesitancy. This card represents the runner, okay? So this person's still in the running vibration. And it indicates, with that egg there, eggs represent new beginnings. So I feel this person is really hesitant to take a new beginning because they just don't trust it at this stage, or they don't trust themselves. Because I feel like they've got some level of bad habits that keep coming back, and they're trying to resolve them. But I feel it's more down to pain or sadness, fear, and they haven't quite resolved those things within themselves, and they didn't want to cause any trouble for you. They may not have articulated that, but they did factor you in when they were making their choices. But it would have been nice if they vocalized it so that you would know where you stood. The history of the Seven of Swords is a misunderstanding. It can represent a misunderstanding, but also when you see the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there's a figure running away with 5 swords and leaving 2 swords behind. So that represents stealth mode. This person, things got too quick. This person was going too quickly in this connection, or felt things were going too fast. They wanted to slow it down, and they always meant to return. That's why the 2 swords are left. I'm just going to show you the card. That's why the swords are left. But actually, the history of that card is that this figure is actually trying to remove the weaponry from the situation so that they can find a peaceful solution. So basically, how it relates to your reading, I feel this person, they have some unresolved issues within themselves. They're trying to find a solution, but I feel like their actions, trying to protect themselves, trying to cause the least damage possible, they've basically acted in haste, and they have obviously created a situation that has been misconstrued as them completely checking out of the connection, when really I feel like they got overwhelmed. They have a lot of unresolved issues that they could have opened up about and let you know about, but they didn't, and now we are where we are. Where's the, oh my gosh, did I just miss that? You may want to fast forward this part. I'm trying to find the Seven of Swords. I mean, most of you know what the Seven of Swords looks like, so, but my guides want me to show you. I'm being given middle, but I've just been through the whole deck, and I must have missed it. But anyway, Seven of Swords, sevens, represent independence, independent thinking, not doing things the way that people expect. I mean, it is in the middle, but I've missed it somehow. So, in tarot, whenever the card is golden or yellow, it actually is a positive card. It means this person's intention was pure at first. They didn't mean to run away. I feel like they got scared. They've dealt with people in the past who have sabotaged relationships or hurt them, betrayed them, and they just expected that love would end up the same way with them. So I feel this person, they ran because they were scared, okay? Again, that's not an excuse. I'm not here to give anyone an excuse. I'm here to try and understand the energy. This person, very emotionally avoidant of intimacy, because they got in too deep and they're afraid of getting too hurt because they've experienced that in the past. Also, if you have got into a new relationship, my beautiful Cancerians, because some of you may have taken a soulmate, I feel this person, they may check in with you from time to time. And of course, I feel that they are very sorrowful that their actions caused you to move on. They have a lot of regret, is what I'm seeing. They got the Three of Swords, which is regret, sadness, pain, especially partnered up with the Nine of Swords there as well. So this person, they feel like they have to watch their back in love. And it's not something that you did, but it's something that was left unresolved, and they carried it as baggage into a present relationship. Remember, experiences, they shape who we are, and they should not hold weight on our future happiness. However, they do influence us and how we operate in different environments or different experiences. So, if you've been heartbroken in the past, you build, a cocoon around your heart. You really learn lessons and erect healthier boundaries. But this person, as I said, they built like a compound, like a brick wall, and then reinforced it, and then reinforced it again. And they didn't expect to fall in love. It's almost like they wanted to move on from someone else who hurt them, and they were just doing it not in spite, but they thought, you know what, I'm just going to show them that I can get somebody else, or that I can move on too. And then they met you, and they were like, wow, there's love here. But they didn't want to bring you into the mess. Okay, so I feel this person is resolving things. They have the House. We flip the energy, so this is their outcome energy towards you. I mean, deep down, they want security. The House represents a level of sanctuary. And it's number 4, which of course is about solid foundations. I feel this person, they're taking comfort by confiding in their family. I also feel that they're being really private right now. I feel part of them is off limits. I keep hearing that this person dealt with a liar. They dealt with a liar. So, this person, there's a lot of mixed up energy right now. And that liar energy is not you, my beautiful Cancerians. You didn't do this to this person, but I feel that they just got scared that if it could happen once, it could happen again. And there's a lot of insecurity and mistrust in this particular twin flame connection that I'm picking up on. Of course, this reading's not going to resonate with everyone, and I totally understand that, but I have to honor what I'm being given and what's going on in this particular connection. With this card, I do feel like the outcome energy, there will be like a conversation later on about security, about family affairs, because I feel like this person also witnessed a parent or guardian having an affair in childhood, okay? And it's almost like this person, they repeated a cycle that happened in their parents' love story, or their parent or guardian's narrative. So the fact that they've repeated a cycle, there could be some ancestral wounding here that this person has been given the difficult task of ending. But at the same time, I feel right now they are a little bit lost in their pain, not capable of ending it at this time. However, them realizing that they have continued a pattern or a cycle of repeat, they have felt very much afraid to move forward. They are just hesitant, okay? Now, I do feel this person can actually offer a high-level commitment in the future, but it will take some time. I mean, between you both, there's a mountain. Okay, it's really interesting. Normally you get one card each, but the mountain is in between you both. So I feel both of you are separate for a reason at this time. So you can focus on your true calling and, basically a spiritual path of personal discovery and development in order to be on the right path. But the mountain there, it's number 21, which is the World card. So there's a lot of lessons and endings of cycles happening here, getting closure on situations. But the mountain represents almost like a tower, right? It's a period of isolation, a period of separation. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there because it's so, so difficult. The twin flame connection. But these two cards together, this is like privacy. This person, they're healing their wounds in private. And I feel this person is not allowing many people access to them at this moment. Only the people that they consider their soul tribe or their family. Okay, it's almost like they are hiding in order to, almost like become that phoenix rising from the ashes so they can heal, transform, and triumph over all the adversity that they've been through. So a period of reflection, and I feel that you and this person, what's really interesting is that there is a stalemate in this particular connection. Nothing's moving in either direction, but the tower in between you in the near future represents liberation from a stuck cycle. Okay, it's a period of things breaking down so that you can rebuild if you want to. Now, we all have free will. So right now, I feel like you are confused. You've withdrawn. You can't do this anymore. You are valuing yourself and recognizing that actually, you're a catch. So I feel like you're going to get a lot of attention. And if you haven't started seeing someone new already, I feel like there is the potential to meet someone new in the not too distant future. However, some of you are a little bit hesitant about moving on because you're not sure whether you want to help your twin through stuff. Remember, you can be there as a friend. You can be there as a wonderful, supportive energy, but you're not there to be someone's emotional crutch. You are here to be loved. You are here to have a divine union. You are here to have passion, intensity. You're not just here to give yourself over to healing another person. You're here to heal yourself and, of course, offer support, but it cannot be the whole sort of input in the relationship. Okay, this person needs to step up and heal themselves and then come towards you as someone who can offer you love, care, and devotion. Because remember, sometimes humans, we actually accept less than we truly deserve. And the lesson is to, turn that around and recognize that actually you deserve more. So they've got a 9 of Swords. As you can see, look at all those eyes on their back. This person's super cautious. They just don't trust love. They just don't trust security. They don't trust marriage. I get a sense here that settling down to them right now is something that is not a possibility, but they do want to in the future. The 9 of Swords is also the inner critic, okay? This person is trying to have faith, but also they're acutely aware of their fears. And I feel they're trying to resolve something really painful. They've got the 3 of Swords there as well. So, it could be that they experienced a loss or a divorce. The 3 of Swords also connects to depression, okay? And the Swords are all about the mind, the thought processes. Sometimes when people are at a low ebb in their life, they feel like they're not enough. They feel like they cannot offer love to another person because they cannot love themselves, or they're just not in a place to. And whilst that is a very difficult thing to experience and to reconcile, especially when you're in love with a person like that, we must acknowledge that they need to do the healing and resolve those things before they can really, truly offer us love, okay? So if the cup of love starts with the self first, and if in that cup there is trust issues, insecurity, self-loathing, numbing, addictions, if there's those things, like even codependency in that cup, and we exchange the cup when we fall in love with a person, then the balance of the relationship will be off. And this person is a very hurt person, and they do have that mountain to climb before they can offer you true love. But looking at your energy, I just feel like right now you can't see how you can be together. So you're taking the difficult decision to just move on with your life and just do you. And actually, when the moment is right, the universe will orchestrate a meeting between you both. But you should never wait for this person to resolve those things, because only they can do that, okay? Of course, with a little help from their friends or their family and some guidance, perhaps with a counselor or someone like that. I don't see right now that this person is really kind of reaching out to anyone. So I feel right now that they're just looking at it. They're trying to face it, but they haven't quite gotten over it or moved through it yet. So I want you to be aware of that. Now we do have the flowers for you. Okay, it's number 9. So again, that's a solitary energy. It's a card that indicates you blossoming. Things got cut short too soon is what you may feel. Things were going really well in this connection, and suddenly everything was cut short. And we all know that when a beautiful flower is cut in its prime, eventually it shortens the span of its life and it withers. So some of you may feel that this is going to wither, but actually it's offering you nourishment. It's offering you a potential to blossom, to really focus on yourself, enjoy living in the moment. And this card, it also is a card of sensuality, to explore your creativity, to explore your own personal growth, and to erect healthier boundaries there as well. Now, this card, it's like you're here to experience happiness on your own terms. Remember, happiness comes from within, so you're learning to live in the moment. It's really hard to pacify deep emotions of yearning or that lament, that sadness, especially when you're experiencing a disappointment in a relationship. But I feel like both of you will mature to a level where you can have a very enriching relationship, but you must go through the separation period first, which is a very difficult thing to fathom and understand. But I feel with this card, I get a sense here that there's an invitation coming through, okay? So will you hear from your person? I feel like you will, but I'm not sure if it's in the next 6 weeks. So let me just pull a card on that. Can you show me? Six of Pentacles is balance. You're going to get an unexpected invitation from this person. It could be that they want to reach out to meet up for coffee, or they may tell you about something personal and they want to discuss it. They feel, yeah, I mean, this person, they love you. They're going to surprise you. Page of Cups is, I also feel like you may actually get like a psychic flash before you hear from this person, like you just know that they're going to reach out. But the Page of Cups often indicates someone who really wants to reach out, wants to volunteer their feelings, and it often comes with an apology. So I feel this person, they feel divinely guided to reach out to you, but I feel it's either just on the 6 weeks cusp or it's just after. 9 of Cups. And the Death card. So there is a sudden change. So me seeing that stork, I mean, you may see pictures of storks everywhere you go, but this indicates sudden improvements or sudden changes in a relationship that has been very stagnant for a number of months or years there. But I feel they're going to reach out with a message of love. Okay. I do feel like they're going to pay you attention without breadcrumbing you. But they're a very hurt person who hasn't even started to resolve some of those things within themselves just yet. So just be a little bit cautious, you know, actions over words there. But I do see that they're trying to break an old habit and pay more attention to their happiness. So will you hear from them? The answer is yes. But what you do with that, that's your decision, because again, we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is a card of confusion or not really knowing what comes next, having to be flexible or adapt to a sudden conversation in a situation that was stalemate before, okay? Also, the Two of Swords is a card to take a break or take stock of things that you are trying to remain in a peaceful state of mind, and you need to take care of yourself first. Not in a selfish way, my beautiful Cancerians, but it's like you can't see right now how you and this person could settle down and be together. And this person's message when they reach out, it's almost like high in the sky apple pie, where they may reach out with a message of love and how they want to settle down with you. And you're like, really? Well, how can that ever happen if I can't see you, if you've been gone? I mean, for some of you, there's this energy of ghosting. You've got the Cloud, they've got the High Priestess. So these are cards of people disappearing. It's almost like a cat and mouse game happening here, okay? Hide and seek kind of energy. And I feel it's because two very cautious people who feel so deeply about each other are really uncertain about surrendering to the union. I feel like you got a little bit further than they did when it came to offering your heart to this person, but their previous experience really prevented them from going any further. So I do feel there's a bit of hide and seek going on in this connection. I feel your person, there's still some spiritual growth and maturity to happen. And of course, an honest, open conversation where they take accountability for their actions is a must before this can proceed any further. But we do have a King of Wands there. So I feel like you'll have a very passionate, intense relationship, one that sets your soul on fire. However, you get to choose what person this is, because the Lover's card tells me you have a choice and that you are ready for love. You're ready for a very passionate, intense relationship, and there is a partnership available here for you. But I feel like, it's going to take patience, more patience, and I know you've had a lot so far, to help your twin through some stuff, because I feel like this person does need help at this time. But remember, you're not just here to live a life of being an emotional crutch. You're here to be loved, you're here to be valued, and you're here to have an incredible, passionate, intense, magnetic experience with your divine counterpart. So I do see that there is someone new coming in, and you will decide whether you want to be in a soulmate connection or your twin flame connection. Let me just go one more before I close this reading, the Justice card. Okay, so this is about taking accountability. It's also about cause and effect. Someone's action will have a repercussion. And I feel you and this person, you can find a solution. You both have a contract where you are divinely drawn towards each other. So I feel how you proceed next with this person is up to you. Do you cut them out completely out of your life and decide to cut the cord? Or do you seek answers? You want the truth and find a solution to this connection. I definitely see adjustments need to be made. And there needs to be an honest, open conversation where both parties take accountability for different reasons and for different things. But it can work. But right now, it's not going to be resolved easily. Okay, so I have to be honest about that there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Grand Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Now, the final cards here, I'm afraid you will never look at me the same way. Okay, well, that's something that has to be talked through. If you make an action that has a repercussion and those repercussions are painful or difficult, then of course, a view of a person will be changed. You know, it takes a lifetime to build trust and a moment to break it. So I feel there needs to be some accountability here. And I feel this person, you know, if they opened up about whatever this is that was really painful or that they've been keeping really close, because I feel like they play their cards really close to their chest. If they just opened up about it, I feel like you'd understand it a little bit more. So maybe you would see them in a different way, in a good way. But right now, I feel like you don't know how you feel. You're feeling bereft and lost. I'm afraid of losing you. And I actually feel that this person is afraid of losing you because they've loved and lost. And they've taken back the power by deciding to keep you at arm's length. So they can't possibly get too invested in love and be hurt again. So humans, we're very complex creatures. Sometimes if we feel that we could be potentially hurt by another person, sometimes people are like a moth to a flame. They'll go for it. And other people who've had experiences where they went for it and they got damaged, they are really hesitant to get back involved in something so deep and intense again. So I feel there is a lot of unresolved issues here. You inspire me to be a better person. I feel that is true. Okay, this person does see that they need to step up. And I feel that's why they stepped out for a while, in order to spiritually evolve, to get to know themselves on a deeper level, to mature, and to really look at the stuff. And when you decide those things, and then you start to look at the things that you've been avoiding for quite some time, it can feel a little bit messy. And I feel that's why this person didn't really want to drag you into the messiness. I need this journey to understand my feelings. And I feel they do need the separation period because they would just continue to bring this unresolved stuff into the relationship and it would just damage you both further, okay? So the separation period is there for a reason. Sometimes we are put on pause on purpose. There is purpose in pause because it allows us to re-examine our priorities. It allows us to really look at life's meaning and purpose and see the things that we've attached ourselves to that either cause pain or are toxic for us. So I feel this is a moment for both parties to really know thyself and feel comfortable in your own skin before you can, really come together in a union. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune. We have only one. Aha, look at that. We've got the ice rune, static, stalemate energy right now. But when you get this rune, it is also about loss. So there's definitely feelings of abandonment here or abandonment issues here. Also, I feel this person took a wrong direction. And this rune, if you look it up, the meaning of it, it's a breach of loyalty, okay? And this person, they've been cheated on badly in the past. Someone has betrayed them. So there has been a breach of loyalty. And that is influencing this particular twin flame connection that I'm picking up on right now. Of course, it may not resonate with everyone, but that's what I'm getting in this connection. Can it be resolved? Absolutely. I mean, let's just quickly take a peek later on down the line. Can you show me how this could be resolved later down the line? Yeah, reunion. Okay. There's a lot of innocent love feelings here. Six of Cups is the card of nostalgia, remembering the good things, sweet memories, but it's old flames coming together, yearning for each other. But it's also, not looking back at the past with rose-tinted glasses to experience the security in the today and basically to envelop each other in the arms of divine love. I feel like there will be a return. There can be, a better future for both of you where you have done the authentic healing and, you stop rekindling cycles of pain, because I feel that's what this person is doing. It's almost like they've got a plaster, a little wound, and they keep opening the plaster and looking at the pain, and they're not just ripping off the Band-Aid and saying, you know what, I just need to air it. Air it so that it heals. Get it off my chest in more ways than one. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Cancerians. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians, and love and light.